I'm Shiva, and this is the Hollywood Dish. Celebrity gossip can be hot, spicy, sweet, and even sour. Tune in each week as I give you the latest celebrity gossip. Get ready to dish. Hey gang, I'm your host Jan Shiva, and you are watching the Hollywood Dish. I still cannot believe that Brangelina is no more. What went wrong? How are Brad and Angie coping? Who will get the kids? I am going to answer all of those burning questions and more. Let's start our show. Brad and Angelina's love story has been a complicated one. It started amidst scandalous questions about the end of his marriage to actress Jennifer Aniston. They overcame that drama, but in the course of their 12-year relationship, they did face other struggles. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie were one of Hollywood's hottest A-list couples, but their love story did not exactly start off as a fairy tale romance. The two stars met while filming Mr. and Mrs. Smith in 2004, and rumors of sparks flying between the two quickly spread. At the time, Brad was married to Jennifer Aniston, and Angelina was a single mom with her first adopted son, Maddox. So, when Jen and Brad announced their split in 2005, there was speculation that Angelina was involved. As to whether or not they had actually hooked up before Brad and Jen split, Angelina said at the time, quote, "I wouldn't be attracted to a man who would cheat on his wife." Brad and Angelina first hit the red carpet as a hot couple for the Good Shepherd premiere in 2006. By that time, Zahara had been added to the family as well as the couple's first biological child together, Shiloh. The following year, Brad and Angie adopted son Pax from Vietnam. The two looked more in love than ever at the 2008 Cannes Film Festival when Angelina was pregnant with twins, Vivian and Knox. Their children seemed to be a major reason why the couple finally considered marriage. Angelina revealed her stunning emerald-cut engagement ring in April of 2012. Before they said "I do," Angelina revealed her brave decision to undergo a preventative double mastectomy. Brad was by her side the entire time to give his love and support. Finally, it was the wedding the world had been waiting for. The two married at their Miraval mansion in France in August of 2014. Shortly after their one-year anniversary, they sat down for a rare and candid interview on NBC's The Today Show. The couple seemed to have settled down into marital bliss and in fact appeared to be more in love than ever. Angelina soon took on another role. She directed Brad in the film By the Sea last year. In the premiere for that film, it would end up being one of their final red carpet appearances together. Angelina Jolie has had some unpredictable relationships over the years. Here's a look at some of her famous and unconventional exes. Tattoos, blood, and bizarre behavior. Angelina's love life was not always as picture perfect as it seemed with Brad. She married her first husband, Johnny Lee Miller, in 1996. The two met on the film Hackers in 1995. The rebel actress wed in a white t-shirt with Johnny's name written in blood on the back of her shirt, telling the New York Times, quote, "You can sacrifice a little to make it really special." The two separated a year later. Jolie's relationship with Miller overlapped with the one she had with actress Jenny Shimizu, who was her co-star in the film Foxfire. Angie has admitted to being bisexual. She revealed in a 1997 interview, quote, "I probably would have married Jenny if I hadn't married my husband." Angelina and Jenny dated on and off for several years. Their relationship ended in 2005. During this time, Angelina also made headlines for her intense kiss with her brother, James Haven, at the 2000 Oscars. Angelina married Billy Bob Thornton in 2000 after just 2 months of dating. The couple walked the red carpet for her film Original Sin with a vial of each other's blood around their necks. Thornton told The Hollywood Reporter it was Angie's idea of romance. Let's play a game I like to call Relationship Rewind. Today's spotlight, of course, is on the many loves of Brad Pitt. It's 1998 and the world was obsessed with Brad and Jennifer Aniston. Their wedding in 2000 was media insanity. But let's go back even further to 1994. Brad had already been proclaimed twice as People magazine's sexiest man alive. His girlfriend at that time was none other than Gwyneth Paltrow. The two called off their engagement after nearly 3 years together. This was about the same length of time that Brad Pitt dated actress Juliette Lewis. Let's rewind to 1990, when it was Juliette who was the star and Brad was just the up-and-coming arm candy. Before Juliette, there was a string of Hollywood it girls in the late 80s. Robin Givens, Christina Applegate, Julia Ormond, and Gina Davis. Rumors abounded in the 90s of Brad's hot hookups. But in 1998, with Brad's star firmly rising in Hollywood, he and America's favorite friend, Jennifer Aniston, made all our celebrity dating fantasies come true. They had a fairy tale wedding and appeared to have it all. But then, a Hollywood scandal of epic proportions hit. Brad and Jen would split amidst rumors that he was hooking up with his Mr. and Mrs. Smith's co-star, Angelina Jolie. Brad and Jen would divorce in 2005. From their French chateau to their millions and millions of dollars, Brad and Angelina have a lot on the line. After building a life together for the past 12 years, this Hollywood heartbreak is without a doubt coming with a serious-sized price tag. Their divorce documents state that there are unknown, separate, and community assets. So what's at stake? Well, there's definitely money at stake. Brad and Angelina reportedly have a combined net worth of $400 million. There is no word of whether or not the two had a prenup, but if you only count the earnings within their 2-year marriage, according to Forbes magazine, there is $120 million at stake. Brad is definitely the bigger breadwinner. He earned a little under $80 million in that 2-year period. As for Brangelina's estates, the couple bought their first home on the French Riviera, Chateau Miraval, back in 2008 for just under $61 million. The estate features 1,200 acres and a working vineyard. That's right, Brad and Angie have their own wine, which will probably up for grabs in the divorce proceedings. The couple also has a $5 million home in New Orleans, as well as a home in Los Feliz, California. Brad originally purchased the California residence in 1994 for $1.7 million. Money and belongings aside, Brad and Angelina's most important assets are absolutely their 6 children. If Angelina gets her way, she will get sole physical custody of the kids with visitation rights granted to Brad. Brad and Angelina aren't just splitting up their marriage, they will be splitting up their real estate assets as well. There is a lot at stake in the divorce of Brangelina, including the couple's many, many homes. Brad and Angie share a compound in Los Angeles comprising of 5 different estates. Brad acquired the property piece by piece, starting with a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom home he purchased in the 90s for $1.7 million. Gradually, Brad added nearby homes like a $1.2 million 1-bedroom, 2-bathroom property to complete the perfect space for their large family. They also own a sprawling space in Santa Barbara. It's an 11-acre ranch right on the ocean. And on the East Coast, they have a skyline apartment at the elite Waldorf Astoria. Then there is the New Orleans property. Brad and Angie headed south in 2006. They snatched up a 6-bedroom, 4.5-bathroom in the city's French Quarter for $3.5 million. But last year, the 1830s mansion was put on the market for $6.5 million. And the jewel in the Jolie Pitt real estate crown has to be their villa in the French countryside. Chateau Miraval is worth an estimated $60 million. The 35-room property looks like a castle and covers 1,200 acres, which made it the perfect setting for their wedding in 2014. Sources say that the home is now currently on the market. And just like it had begun, it was suddenly over. Brad and Angelina have struck a deal in their divorce proceedings. The couple's divorce battle has been anything but black and white, but the gray areas are now becoming more clear. The key words here are custody, counseling, and drug and alcohol testing. These are the topics that were addressed at Brad and Angie's temporary and voluntary agreement, which will be good until October 20th. The Department of Children and Family Services has been conducting an inquiry into an incident involving Brad and his son Maddox on a private plane. Sources reveal that the estranged couple has made some headway. They have both agreed to participate in individual counseling as well as undergo counseling together as a family. Both Brad and Angelina have maintained that their children's well-being is their #1 priority. Brad has even volunteered to take drug and alcohol tests, which were not required to prove that he is a fit parent. It seems the Jolie Pitts are trying to handle this difficult situation as civilly as possible. However, an issue that still remains to be in the gray area of the relationship is the custody of the kids. Angelina requested sole physical custody of the 6 children, with visitation granted to Brad. Sources state that the temporary order rules in Angie's favor and only grants Brad visitation with a therapist present. But there is still no official agreement on who receives full custody. That is still to be decided. Brad and Angelina have agreed that their initial visit will be with a therapist, but there is no requirement for monitoring afterwards, and nothing has been mandated for supervised visits. Sadly, when a couple splits, their children are affected, and that is unfortunately the case with Brad and Angelina. Here's how they are helping their kids get through this very difficult time. Less than a month since filing for divorce from Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie is taking new steps to ensure the well-being of her 6 children. Angelina has started therapy with the kids to help them cope with the shocking split. Sources say it has been a traumatic situation. It's been hard for all of them, but the younger kids just don't understand what is going on. Brad is apparently having a difficult time as well. Sources close to him say that he has been absolutely devastated and heartbroken, both in terms of how events have been wrongly portrayed and how they threaten to jeopardize his family's ability to heal and move forward. The estranged couple has made some headway recently. Both Brad and Angie have agreed to individual therapy as well as group therapy as a family. Brad and Angelina seem to be the perfect Hollywood couple, but looks can be deceiving. There are some who would say that there were clear signs the relationship wasn't going to work from the very beginning. Were Angelina and Brad destined to fail? It all started back in 2005 when Mr. and Mrs. Smith was released and the world took notice of their hot off-screen chemistry. While filming the action comedy, Brad was still married to Jennifer Aniston. But after they separated in January of 2005, rumors started flying that Brad and Angelina may have had an affair. This is not the best note on which to kick off a new relationship. What were the first warning signs? Well, we know about Brad's past, but was Angelina's past sign number 2? While Brad was married to Jen at one time, Angelina was married twice before. First to Johnny Lee Miller and then to Billy Bob Thornton, which was another relationship started in controversy. Actress Laura Dern was dating Billy Bob before Angie. Laura states that she went to make a movie and while she was away, Billy Bob ran off and married Angelina. Laura goes on to say she never heard from Billy Bob again. When you marry someone, you marry their friends. Tabloids have reported that Angelina ended the bromance between Brad and his pal, George Clooney. Also, it is rumored that Angelina and Amal Clooney do not like each other. That definitely looks like a warning sign to me. And could the final sign have been right in front of our noses this whole entire time? In the 2015 film By the Sea, Angelina directed her husband in a dramatic movie about a couple in the 1970s trying to repair their broken marriage. Maybe it was more reality than fiction. It is the end of an era. Brangelina calling it quit had us all dropping our jaws in shock. But they are just the most recent and unfortunately long line of couples to shock the world with their unexpected breakup. Here's a look at a few other unforgettable Hollywood splits. First up, it's Brad Pitt again, but this time we are remembering his split from Jennifer Aniston that had us all reeling. They were America's sweetheart couple. That was until Brad moved on to Angelina. Ben Affleck's 2013 Oscars acceptance speech instantly suggested trouble in paradise when he seemed to imply that his marriage to Jennifer Garner was burdensome. Jen and Ben separated after a decade of marriage and 3 children. Their divorce has yet to be finalized. Sometimes putting in the work is just not enough. Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris Martin's divorce came as a surprise to most because they kept their personal lives super private. But then they changed the divorce game with 2 little words: conscious uncoupling. Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale announced they were going separate ways after 13 years of marriage. They split amidst rumors that Gavin cheated. And who can forget when Tom Cruise jumped on Oprah's couch while professing his love for Katie Holmes? Do you know what was even crazier? It was Katie blindsiding Tom with divorce papers. She and her daughter Suri now live a much more quiet life. Can you believe there was a time when no one knew their names? Let's take a look at Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie before they were stars. Before moving to Hollywood, Brad was just a small-town boy from Missouri who fell into acting. His parents, who are still together, have always been supportive. They have even attended premieres with their famous son. Also, they were the only grandparents invited to Brangelina's wedding. Brad grew up in a very close-knit and seemingly normal family, unlike his future ex-wife Angelina's family. In 1982, a 6-year-old blonde starlet made her acting debut. Angelina had a small role in her dad, Jon Voight's film, Looking to Get Out. Angelina's tumultuous relationship with her father still continues to make headlines. Her mother, Marceline Bertrand, and John separated in 1976. That's when Angelina was just 1 year old. Marceline died of ovarian and breast cancer in 2007. Brad and Angelina's very different childhoods and upbringings, like anyone else's, affected how they parented their 6 kids. Sources say that has been a serious, ongoing point of contention in their marriage. Brad Pitt, Ben Affleck, Johnny Depp, and Tom Cruise. We worship them all on the cover of Hollywood's holiest of holies. I'm of course talking about the cover of People magazine's Sexiest Man Alive. But could the title have come with a curse? Brad's picture-perfect image has done a complete 180 overnight. The 2-time cover boy is now knee-deep in an ugly divorce with Angelina Jolie. We all know he's human, but it's a huge letdown. Brad is practically everyone's celebrity crush. Johnny Depp also snagged the honored title in 2003 and 2009. He looked so good then, but he didn't look so good this summer after his now ex-wife Amber Heard alleged he abused her 2 months ago. Amber dropped the charges after they agreed on a divorce settlement. However, some say that Johnny's image is never going to be the same. 2002's Sexiest Man Alive, Ben Affleck, had one of the most solid reputations in Hollywood. But that all changed after he was forced to deny an affair with a nanny in the wake of his divorce from Jennifer Garner. And do you remember when Tom Cruise could do no wrong? The Sexiest Man Alive of 1990 has still maintained his A-list status. But it's just not the same after his infamous couch-jumping antics on Oprah. Do you remember when Jude Law won the coveted title? Well, he never quite recovered his heartbreak status after admitting that he cheated on actress Sienna Miller with a nanny. And just look at Mel Gibson. He was the very first sexiest man alive ever in 1995. He went from being oh so handsome to being one hell of a hot mess. If this is all too much for you, don't worry, there are still plenty of scandal-free sexiest men alive to swoon over. Chris Hemsworth, gorgeous George Clooney, and Matt Damon, just to name a few, still have untarnished reputations. For now. And that's a wrap on our show for tonight, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Tell me what you think about your favorite celebrities. I hope you have an entertaining and newsworthy week. Good night, and I will see you next time. I'm Shiva, and this is the Hollywood Dish. Celebrity gossip can be hot, spicy, sweet, and even sour. Tune in each week as I give you the latest celebrity gossip. Get ready to dish.